A riptide of storms is on the way, with flash flooding continuing across the deep south, and a substantial storm system may bring an appreciable severe weather risk across the upper Midwest and Great Lakes here as we head into early next week. And of course, guys, the tropics are coming back with a vengeance as we head into early September. All you guys need to know with all your weather coverage in this video. Good morning, everybody. Good Tuesday morning out there. Hope everybody's having a wonderful week out there already. We got a lot to talk about here in this video, so definitely stick with me. If you guys like breakdowns here of your weather forecast, definitely hit that subscribe button down below and like the video. Definitely much appreciated. So looking at this map, we had some significant rainfall across portions of the Red River into North Texas, Northeast Texas, and southern Oklahoma over the past 24 hours. We actually did see reports of over 15 inches of rain across the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex in the past 24 hours, creating some significant flash flooding in that area, and that was the area outlined in that moderate risk here from yesterday. So that is something significant as we move forward. Looking here at the alerts, we got those green shaded areas across portions of western Mississippi, including the Jackson, Mississippi area, Alexandria, Louisiana, getting up towards Shreveport, portions there of Texarkana, getting down into east central Texas, where we do have those flood watches for continued potential for some flash flooding as we head here through the day today. We actually do have a moderate risk of excessive rainfall from the Weather Prediction Center here across northern Louisiana, as far southeastern Arkansas into western Mississippi as we head into the day today, as well as that slight risk extending back into east central and southeast Texas and into portions of central Mississippi as well, with potentially some heightened threat of some flash flooding there as we head through the next 24 hours. So let's time this out for you guys. We got a pretty substantial rain shield moving across portions of much of Louisiana, west central portions there of Mississippi, southern Arkansas as we head through the morning hours today. That will propagate its way very slowly to the east into the portions of Mississippi and northeastern Louisiana, potentially into western Alabama as we head into this afternoon. Some more showers and storms will start to fire up across central Texas and towards southern Texas here, with more isolated coverage there. But even as we head into the overnight hours, continued rainfall across Louisiana in that moderate risk zone for excessive rainfall does lead me to think that some more significant flash flooding will be possible for areas like Shreveport, Alexandria, Louisiana, and even Jackson, Mississippi. Be on high alert later today. Again, turn around, don't drown. Do not drive through flooded roadways. We definitely could be seeing some significant rainfall as we head through the day today. Looking at the rainfall amounts out there through the next 24 hours, we are expecting in the purple shaded areas here across northeastern Louisiana, southeastern Arkansas to west central Mississippi. Areas here could be in that 1 to 3 inch mark, but even into northeastern portions there of Louisiana, that's kind of your bullseye for the heaviest rainfall over the next 24 hours. We could be expecting rainfall of over 3 or even 4 inches in some of these areas as we head through the next 24 hours. So definitely be at high alert for flash flooding across this area. But as we move into your midweek time frame, your Wednesday, we still got that stationary boundary, setting up shop across portions of east central Texas, southeastern portions of Arkansas, getting down through the Gulf Coast states, bringing that threat for heavy rainfall, heavy thunderstorms, and more flash flooding as we head towards the middle of the week on your Wednesday. So we'll continue to watch that. And that's why the Weather Prediction Center has hoisted a slight risk across portions of the Dixie Alley area from the Jackson, Mississippi area, western Alabama, all the way down again through some of these same areas, Alexandria, Louisiana, Shreveport, Louisiana, getting back into eastern Texas as well. So definitely be on high alert for the next couple of days for some flash flooding out there. Again, timing this out for your Wednesday. Again, these same areas will be seeing relentless rainfall as we head into your Wednesday morning. Another rain shield with some heavy showers and storms across east Texas, across much of north central Louisiana, southeastern Arkansas, into western portions of Mississippi for Wednesday morning. That will move to the east. We'll start to see a little lull in the action a little bit as we head into Wednesday afternoon, as some of the stronger moisture kind of pushes a little farther eastward, but still seeing all that rainfall here across portions of northern Louisiana. Still just a little bit more thunderstorm activity. The damage has already been done. So again, we are going to be seeing some significant rainfall over the next couple of days. And again, looking at your Wednesday into Thursday morning time frame, and some of these same areas in the blue shaded colors here, you can see 1 inch to maybe 2 inches or so of rainfall, especially across central Mississippi as we head into Wednesday and Wednesday afternoon. So definitely be on high alert there for more flash flooding. And looking at this here through the next 3 days or so, going all the way through the end of the week through your Friday, August 26th, widespread rainfall amounts across Louisiana, Mississippi, southeastern Arkansas, getting into western and central portions of Alabama there. Widespread rainfall amounts between 2 and 6 inches or more potentially on the way as we head through these areas. So definitely be on high alert, like I said, for flash flooding out there through the next few days. And this will do a number on the drought. There have been a lot of areas in Texas and, Oklahoma, Kansas, and much of the southwestern United States inundated with extreme drought. I do think with the next drought monitor that does come out on Thursday this week, we'll see significant improvements across much of North Texas, southern Oklahoma, and maybe even portions there of Louisiana and Arkansas. So again, that is some good news. But again, we will be kind of watching out for the threat for some flash flooding, even though we do have a drought out there, even across portions here of Mississippi, Louisiana, and southern Arkansas over the next couple of days. Let's kind of turn the page here as we get towards the weekend time frame. We got kind of a zonal flow that'll move across the United States, and what I mean by that is we'll kind of have a more of a Pacific flow with kind of winds in the upper levels of the atmosphere kind of from west to east across much of the contiguous United States on Saturday. That continues more or less on Sunday. But as we kind of get into early next week, we'll kind of talk about that here in a moment. We got some substantial changes on the way. But looking at your temperatures for your Saturday here, you got widespread 80s to low 90s across much of the south central United States on your Saturday. And the same goes for your Sunday, warming up a little bit across the Ohio Valley with temperatures approaching 90 degrees across the Indianapolis area, the Louisville area, getting down towards St. Louis. Some of these areas will be touching up against 90 as we head into Sunday. Still that refreshing air across the northern plains and upper Midwest, bringing those upper 70s to lower 80 temperatures for your high temperatures for Sunday afternoon across those areas like Minneapolis, St. Paul, Duluth, Minnesota, getting all the way up here towards Fargo. Widespread upper 70s to lower 80s, and lower humidity will be the name of the game as we head through the weekend. But like I alluded to just a moment ago, we do have some substantial changes on the way. The European forecast model here is showing a very potent trough across the Aleutian Islands into the northern Pacific, and this is pretty important because that will send a ridge across, the middle and western portions of the country. But where the differences do lie is that the European forecast model does have a kind of a trough significant across the Aleutian Islands with that ridge moving all the way up into southwestern Canada. Now, the GFS model in comparison actually brings a stronger trough and low pressure system up across the upper Midwest and the northern plains here into southeastern Canada, with the trough dropping across those areas with more potent storm system, still with that substantial trough across the Aleutian Islands and that ridge to the west, but is developing a stronger trough across the northern, the north central United States as we get towards that Monday time frame and Monday, Tuesday time frame as we kind of close out the month here of August early next week. Looking at the ICON model in comparison to the GFS, the ICON model has been doing very well this year in capturing weather events, and it actually does kind of lean a little bit closer towards the GFS model here, bringing that substantial trough across the northern plains and the upper Midwest, and has a substantial trough across the Aleutian Islands and the Northeast Pacific. So that will be something we'll continue to watch here, more model agreement in the days to come, but definitely something to watch early next week. And this could lead to the potential for some severe weather. I am definitely concerned if the GFS model does verify as we head into that Monday and Tuesday timeframe early next week. Look at this, guys. The PWAT values here are just incredible across the Great Lakes and the mid-Mississippi Valley, all the way up into Ontario and Quebec, Canada. This is almost an extratropical kind of system on land here, with kind of this kind of comma shape and kind of curly Q low pressure system on the GFS forecast model. If this does pan out, this would send a strong cold front across this area, across places like Milwaukee, Green Bay, Chicago, and just much of the upper Midwest and Great Lakes, bringing the threat there for some heavy rainfall and some severe weather. And this is concerning because the GFS model is showing also a pretty strong, very potent low-level jet here at the 850 millibar layer. Looking at the mid-level winds, very respectable here as well. So if this does pan out, I do think a severe weather event, the likes of which we haven't seen in maybe a month or so, may be on the way. So we'll continue to watch this. as we kind of move through the next few days. But again, right now, I do think the GFS is a bit of an outlier. But again, we have to look at every single model, and knowing that the GFS and the Icon model are pretty similar, and the Icon model has been doing pretty well this year, we'll have to continue to kind of consider the GFS model moving forward. But looking here to the tropics, we got kind of a system we're watching that could develop in the next 2 to 5 days in the eastern Pacific Basin. This gives it about a 40 or 50% chance of development just west of the Mexican coast here, just south and west of the Baja of California. Over the open waters like we've seen all season, the eastern Pacific Basin. Got some kind of, organized convection starting to develop a little bit more across some of these areas, but still kind of disformed. It's not really, one big system just yet. If this does form, this could become a tropical depression at most. I don't see this turning into a tropical storm or hurricane. But again, we still got some warmer waters across the eastern Pacific Basin, so we'll continue to watch that. Of more interest is the Atlantic here, where we actually still have that 20 to 30% chance of development across the southern Atlantic Basin, moving closer towards the Lesser Antilles, maybe just north and east of there, as we kind of get into next week time frame. So we'll continue to watch that. Looking at the visible satellite imagery here, you can't really see it too much, but it's right in here where we're watching the area of interest, and that will be pushing west, if not west northwestward, as we move here through the next several days, through the weekend and early next week, before it kind of reaches closer towards the Lesser Antilles during that time frame. I also did want to bring to your attention the European forecast model is actually very bullish as we move into early September. The last couple of days here in August, moving into the first couple of days of September, is actually showing a pretty potent hurricane developing across the the southern Atlantic Basin on the European forecast model. This is actually the beginning day of September on Thursday, September 1st. And you can see in comparison on the same day, Thursday, September 1st on the GFS, not a strong hurricane, but many systems developing across the southern Atlantic Basin, and maybe even a hurricane over here towards the Caribbean. So again, this is something we'll watch. Again, not pinpointing where a hurricane will be, just kind of showing you that, the pattern is getting very active here in the tropics, and we do have to watch it. I do think if you live on the east coast of the United States, from Florida all the way to Maine, you guys do have to monitor the weather forecast daily, all the way through the rest of August into the first week or two of September at least, because this is looking like a pattern favorable for a system that could become strong enough to kind of make it westward toward the Lesser Antilles, toward the Greater Antilles, and even the U.S. East Coast there. So we'll continue to watch that as we move through time. Looking at the GFS a little farther out, again, does have a system potentially moving some of these systems, rounding this Bermuda high and kind of moving up the East Coast here, potentially as we get towards early September. Again, this is a little far out, but we'll continue to watch this as we get a little bit closer. Looking at this, no surprise that could play out, because we have widespread heat across the sea surface temperatures in the Gulf, the Caribbean, and much of the western and central Atlantic, guys. We have just a powder keg of moisture, a powder keg of heat across this area. The tropics will be erupting, I do think, in the Atlantic very big way here in the next few days, and really the next few weeks. So we'll continue to watch that very closely. Looking at September here, some of these anomalies showing up. We'll have a lot more of these systems coming off of Africa now that the Saharan dust has subsided in a big way. This will come off of Western Africa, move across the Caribbean and into the Gulf. I think the Gulf will become more active, especially deeper as we get into September, toward the middle and end of September. And then some of these systems could move over Florida and along the East Coast. But it's really October where I do think the peak of the hurricane season this year will probably be in early October, where we could have several named storms through the Caribbean, the Gulf, and the East Coast here of the United States. Anywhere across these areas in the October timeframe, especially early October, we definitely could be seeing lots of named storms out there. So an active hurricane season is coming, guys. So definitely be prepared. Have your hurricane, prepared kits ready and all that stuff here, the evacuation plans and everything, guys, because I do still think the United States is probably going to have some type of direct hit this year, sometime between now in October or November. So definitely be at high alert as we move through the next couple of months. And the reason for this a little bit more, too, is that we have a stronger La Nina developing. We actually are in a moderate La Nina right now. And you can see ever since the middle of July, this has just been a free fall, falling like a rock, all the way to the August 23rd, 24th timeframe now. And actually, we are approaching strong La Nina status, which is actually at negative 1.5. So we're actually getting closer, guys. And I really do think as we get towards September, October, towards those fall months, we will be in firmly a strong strong La Nina here as we get into those months and coinciding with the hurricane season. So definitely will be something to monitor as we get a little bit closer. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. Hope everybody stays safe out there from all of the flash flooding, all of the stronger storms out there maybe early next week, and the hurricane season coming up. Remember to like my video down below as well by giving it a thumbs up. Leave any comments, questions, and concerns below. I'll get to those later on today. And guys, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you do love this video and all my videos, guys. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I will give you guys a great all-weather coverage here every single morning for you guys with the Weather on the Go weather forecast. So thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.